What's happening, fellas? Crazy Brit here, and we're back with some more MRC action. I did have a week away, so thank you to GBO for covering the comms last week. But we are back, and this time it's round 7. This is race 1 in the Elite League, the Gttcc season 22, and this is from Grand Valley. So we'll quickly walk through the grid and then we'll get the race underway. So after 10 minutes of qualifying, we've got Scotty Vai up in first position in the Scirocco. Second is Dimpy in the Swift. Then we have Shortsky in the third in the Swift. Then we have Fast JMS lined up in fourth in the Swift. And then we have Big Kev in the Jag. Then we have James in sixth in the Swift. Seventh is Scott in the Corvette. And then we have Gary in eighth in the Audi, and then lined up in ninth in the Mazda is Busby Boy. So let's get the action underway for you. 4 lights, 5 lights, lights out, and away we go then. All get away cleanly, no jump starts there as we head down to the tunnel for the first time. All looking very clean there, very nice, no bugger this week unfortunately. A couple of the guys missing as well as we now head to this tricky little section. Oh, little tiny bump there from Dimpy as we go into this tight left-hander here, coming round now downhill through the tunnel, then down to the Ocean View Bridge. Scotty Boy still leading the way, then Dimpy's there in second, then we have Shartsky there in third, Scott up into fourth, very nice start from him, James in fifth, followed by Flash JMS in sixth there, then we have Kev in the seventh in the Jag. Then we have Busby Boy in 8th, up from 9th. Gary down to 9th from the start. And back up to the front then we've got Scotty Boy coming under fire from Dimpy now. He's right behind him. And some of these guys will be on medium tyres maybe. This track is very hard on the tyres. There's a multiple of corners. So we'll just go through the grid and see what the tyres are. So you've got Scotty Boy on the softs. Dimpy on the softs, then we have Shortsky, he's got half second penalty, he's got mediums on the front there, there's some to and throwing in the background there, he's got softs for James, Scott has got medium all round as he tries an overtake here, but they're going side by side as we go up the hill. Scott just getting past Flash JMS, there's JMS on the inside, gets the overtake done though, now he's going to come under fire from Kev, who's right behind him. So JMS on the softs, then Scott on the mediums, but he's going toe to toe. Behind we've got Kev and Busby Boy. So Busby's on the softs, Kev's on the softs as well, and there's Gary on the softs. So only a couple of medium runners then. Oh, little touch and go there for Dimpy, nearly in the wall there. As we now come down to the tight little section here, there's actually a car park on the side there for some lovely sightseeing. So this is a public road as well, this track, so could factor into why the track is so hard wearing on the tyres. But Scotty is still in first then, was coming under fire from Dimpy, but Dimpy's lost a little bit of ground, see if he can get caught back up to him. Shortsky there in third, just holding off the rest of the pack. There's James right behind him in fourth. Lovely livery change for James there. Gone from the dark red to the lovely yellowy orange there. As he gets an overtake done on Shortsky. Now he's on the outside, Shortsky's on the inside. But Shortsky gives him the room. Lovely bit of driving from these guys here. And now you can see JMS trying to come through as well. He gets the overtake done as well. So now coming up the hill, up the hairpin. Now we venture up the hill we go. So James in third, Flash JMS in fourth, Shortsky there in fifth now. Busby Boy up into 6th. Gary there in 7th, Kevin 8th, and Scott in 9th. What's happened to him? He's had a shocker of a lap so far. All the way down to 9th, must have had an off-track excursion somewhere or into a wall. But we'll see what happens there. Scotty Boy still in 1st, leading the way. Going to set a new best lap here. 1:56.9. Very nice time from Scotty Boy there. Dimpy there in 2nd. I will say once again, thank you to those putting my YouTube decals on their cars. They do appreciate the support. Obviously, most of the guys are still supporting Les in his fight with prostate cancer. We'll keep fighting, Les. We all love you. Hopefully, your treatment and recovery is going as planned. But you can see the ocean there as they come across the bridge. Dimpy there in 2nd. Is he getting any closer to Scotty Boy in 1st? Looks like the gap's staying the same at the minute. There's James in 3rd. He's going to want to try and catch the top 2 up. He's got JMS coming with him in 4th. There's Busby Boy now holding off the rest of the pack in 5th. Shortsky down to 6th. Looks like he's struggling a little bit on those medium tyres on the front on the Swift, but should come back into play later in the race. Also, don't forget it's a 30-minute race. We've got 2 races, race 1 and race 2, and this is the penultimate round. So after I finish commentary on the 2nd race, I will give the current standings and points ready for the final next week. Daytona Road Course and Yas Marina for the first time in the series. There's Garrett in 7th, now having a little battle with Big Kev in 8th, and Scott is there on the back in 9th. Not sure whether he's having more issues with the wheel. I know he was last week. But Scotty Boy there, still in 1st position, leading the way from Dimpy. James there in 3rd, Flash JMS in 4th. There's Buzzy the Boy, managed to hold off the rest of the pack in the Mazda. Shortsky there right behind him. Then Gary and Kev now going toe to toe as we go down the main straight. Down into the tunnel, this could get a little bit sketchy here. But Kev gets the pass done. Round in through the inside he goes. Now we go around over the little bridge. Now down to a tight little section here. Before we head down the hill. Gotta be careful of those bollards on the inside, those 2 corners there. You will get a penalty if you do clip the bollard. And then be careful of that exit there as we come onto the bridge. A lovely bridge there as we head over the ocean. Gary there in 8th, just losing a little bit of ground to Kev there in 7th. And there's Scott coming to bridge now. Got a lot of catching up to do for him. He had a 2:01 in his last lap. Scotty Boy then still leading from Dimpy in 2nd. Number 86 Swift, very nice livery there as well. It's nice to see a few Infinity decals on there as well. We'll see leagues coming up. So after the Gttcc concludes next Friday, there's a new Porsche Cup league starting, which I will be covering comms, and Craig will as well, from TS Karting, and that's all being organised by Jamie West. Obviously all Porsche, the new Porsche 911 GT3 car being used in that, and then we have James, Infinite James will be running the Infinity GT Manufacturer Series, and I'll be covering comms on that as well. It's going to be a great series actually for that, so that's to look out for in the few weeks coming up. Again, if you do enjoy the commentary, please leave a like, comment, possibly subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We've got lots of racing action coming up in the foreseeable future. So back to the racing then. Scotty Boy still leading the way in 1st. Dimpy's there in 2nd. Now breaking away from the rest of the pack. And there's James in third. Just holding JMS behind him. Little gap forming between these two now as they head over the bridge for the 5th lap. Not even 10 minutes into the race yet. We've already got cars breaking up. There's Garrett in 5th position. So what's happened there then? Because, yeah, Big Kev, let's just go back, see if we can see what happened there. Because, yeah, Gary was behind Big Kev, so see what happened here. So coming across the bridge then, there's Kev. Oh, massive accident from Busby Boy. Busby Boy into the wall there. Let's have a look at that. Just come on board with him. I do apologise that I missed this, guys. But action replay for you here right now. So coming across the little bridge here, into the left. Oh, looks like he took just a bit too much speed into the hill. There he goes. That's going to cause damage for Shortsky and Big Kev there. Oh, no damage for Big Kev, but he's waiting as he, I guess, believes it's his fault, but not really anything anybody could do. Yeah, he just bounced off of Busby Boy. Obviously caused Shortsky to have an issue, but again, not really his fault. But great showmanship from him, waiting up. That's the level of decency, sportsmanship and racing you can expect in MRC. You could not find this racing anywhere else. So, Scotty Boy then still leading the way. Dimpy in second, now closing that gap up to him. Got a little bit of damage on the front end there, but he will lose that damage shortly with the damage being light. There's James in third, still in front of Flash JMS, just rolling around the race between them. Could be a good podium for James here. There's Garrett up into 5th then after that little incident. But Shortsky now into 6th. There's Busby Boy in 7th. Kev right behind in 8th. And there's Scott in 9th. Caught up a little bit of time with that accident then. But it's not enough to get onto the back of them. See if we can close some more time back. So back up to the front then. Scotty Boy still in the lead. Going to be a good haul of points for this first position here. There's Dimpy in second. He's going to lose some time to Scotty after he serves his penalty around the corner on the bridge. We'll see if I did have anybody behind him, he would pull off the racing line, but because there's no one behind him, the gap's a long way away to third position. He doesn't need to. So back to third then. James just coming off the bridge right now. JMS right behind him. Now go through the right hand corner and then through another little tunnel. Now off the bridge, out of the tunnel, sorry, and then around this little corner here. Then you've got these two corners here. There is a straight between, but it's a double apex corner, kinda. Not really straight for a long time there. Now as we start heading back up the hill, through the hairpin we go. JMS looking to catch a little bit of the gap up there as we come through the hairpin. And we go back to Garrett, he's got half a second penalty. Shortsky there in 6th then, leading this little battle here. Lovely camera angle there, as you can see. Big Kev gets the inside there. Can he get the drive off the corner? Doesn't really. Busby Boy stays in 7th. Big Kev there, just behind him, is going to want to get the drive off the final corner if he doesn't get the overtaking opportunity. So to come through the corner here then. Follows him through, gets a little bit on the gravel there, kicks his hand up. Can he get the slipstream required to get an overtake done? Or is he going to simply follow as we go down the main straight, down into the tunnel? Through the tunnel we go, follows him through. Oh, there's Shortsky in a little bit wrong, into the wall as well. Oh, he moves out of the way of the other two, and Big Kev gets a cheeky little overtake there. Seizes the opportunity. So Big Kev up into 6th then. Very nicely done there, sir. The Irishman moving up the field. Now he's going to want to try and catch 5th position up. Scott is now starting to claw that time back to these guys as well. That gap is coming down. He's on a charge right now as the medium is coming to play a little bit, as those tyres are, soft tyres are wearing. So back up to the front then. Scotty still leading the way. Soft tyres gradually starting to wear now. You see, it's almost to the bumper on the front right. Dimpy's got similar sort of tyre wear there as well. James also now got Flash JMS right behind him, but Flash JMS is going to have a penalty. Can JMS get the overtake done into this last corner here? Goes for the inside. Lovely overtake there from him, but he's going to lose it back again in a second as we get round to the overtake penalty zone, sorry. But James has got the run. He's going side by side with him down the main straight. We'll see what happens as we go into the tunnel. He's got 3rd position back already before we even get there. Very nicely done from him. Close to the wall there. Lovely stuff. It's come across through the bridge. So, tight little battle for these two here. This is, apart from the gaggle of cars that's in 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th, there's not really any more battles going on at the minute. So, we'll come back to these two as JMS saves his penalty. So Gary there in 5th position, all on his own. Back to 6th. Kev now breaking away. 7th there. Buzzby Boy. Shotsky there in 8th. Little gap forming between these as well. Scott there in 9th. He's trying to catch that gap up. So calm down for the minute. So we'll stay just on Scotty Boy for a second. We'll look through the field if there's any battles going on at the minute. It's probably only much James and Finn Fast JMS at the minute. The rest of the guys are just following each other through. Not really anything happening for the minute, so I think we're going to go on a lap on board with Scotty Boy. Not really managed to do this season, but there's been lots of battling every race, so we're going to go on board with Scotty Boy for a lap around Grand Valley. So as we head down the main straight then, down to the first turn, does he lift or is he flat? Gets the steering he needs, he's absolutely flat through here, 6th gear, up to 150 nearly. Now coming through here, a little half lift here, and braking down to the left hander, forward to the right. A little bit of a chicane there. Now we come down the hill through the hairpin, through the tunnel. Get the exit nailed. You can see space behind him is pretty clear. There's Dimpy coming out of the tunnel there. Got purple sector, so he's got a sizable gap to Dimpy now. As we now start heading up the hill off the bridge. Wide turning through the right hander here. Gets the drive off lovely. Now out of the tunnel, down into this little corner here. Can be tricky. You've got to watch the sand and the white lines on the edge, or you will get a penalty. Can cross this one. It's a dotted line, so a little lift through here, through the left, through the right. Great turning. Change of direction. Now we head up the hill through the hairpin. Don't need to brake too much as gravity will do its job. And then up the hill through the hairpin. Go through the gears. Just flat out all the way here. And then up to the final corner. Marshall's looking onwards there, looking for any incidents. Gets a wide turn into the last corner, cut into the apex, gets the drive off the exit. off the final turn. And that's a lap around Grand Valley with Scotty Boy. Thanks for that, Scotty. So that gap opening up to Dimpy. Dimpy's having a solid race at the minute, but the gap is starting to grow at the minute. James there in third. Sizable gap then from him to second. There's JMS right behind him in fourth. And now Gary on his own at the minute, but he's being caught by Big Kev and Busby Boy and Shortsky behind him as well in 6th, 7th and 8th. And at the back is Scott. More trouble for him then. I don't know what's happening because he's getting decent times, but the rest of the guys are obviously averaging at 1:59. Yeah, that lap was okay. That lap was slow. He had a 2:09, so I don't know whether he had a penalty or some form of off somewhere. But the season for Scott is not going good at the minute. So back up to front then. Scott, he still leading the way. There's Dimpy in second. James there in third. Pretty much the only battle on track at the minute. Third and fourth. Similar sort of tyre wear for these two. So it's going to be an interesting battle till the end of the race for these two, I believe, as we're now nearing the 20-minute mark. I'll just check what these guys are doing behind. So Gary there in fifth. Kev definitely catching him. The gap is coming down to him. And there's Busby Boy and Shortsky. They're having a little battle as well. Shortsky trying everything, trying to get past him. As you see, those soft tyres are wearing, so Shortsky is coming back into play with those medium tyres. See if he can get past him at all. Willing that car to go faster up the hill. Let's see them coming through the final turn then. Can he get the drive off? Oh, gets a bit on the sand there. That's going to dirty the right side tyres. Not good when the front rights are already screaming. So we come through the tunnel. But be careful of that left-hander. Some cars can take it flat, some other cars can't. Now coming down to the braking area for the chicane here. As we head down the hill. Still right behind him there. Now over the bridge for the 11th lap. Lovely sea views here as they go across the bridge. Still behind him, still trying to close that gap, trying to get any sort of overtake done here. We'll come back to these guys once we've just gone through the field. So we've got Scotty Boy in first position, there's Dimpy in second, there's James in third, Fast JMS right behind him, still battling these two. Lovely stuff from these guys. There's Gary now, half second penalty, and he's been caught by Big Kev, so this changes things here. There should be a change of position soon. See if Big Kev gets the overtake done, or if he's going to just rely on the penalty. As we head now up the hill to the final corner. Lovely stuff from these guys, clean out of the last corner there, now down the hill, down the start finish straight. So we're now deep into the last 10 minutes. These guys have got to think about the tyre wear. It's going to affect their ability to fight and defend. As the laps get slower and slower for these guys with the tyres wearing. Gary now is going to come down here and save the Let's see how much time he does lose. So it pulls over off the racing line there, as he does have Big Kev right behind him. There's Big Kev now going to try and get past him, but Gary's there on the defence on the inside, so Big Kev doesn't get past him through the penalty zone. Gary got a good exit out of that tunnel and managed to get the gap he needed. Now he's going to want to defend from Kev there. You see right behind is Busby Boy and Shortsky still battling here as well. Busby Boy defending there, Shortsky with a pass around the outside. Gets on the inside. Oh, Busby Boy just edges out there. Gets good speed off the slow to mid-speed corners there. Coming through the hairpin, you can see Big Kev all over the back of Gary there. Same with Shortsky, with Busby Boy. So a couple of little battles here. Just down board with these four here. These two battles. So into the final call. Into the final corner we go. Coming out. Good exit for both of them. Can Kev get the slipstream he needs? FF versus FR. As we complete lap 12 onto lap 13. Almost at 25 minutes in. This is going to be a good finish to the race. Kev right behind him as they come out of the tunnel, across the bridge there. Now down to the chicane. Grand Valley doesn't disappoint. Even with only 9 drivers, there's lots of action going on still. Plenty of great racing. So Big Kev coming down the bridge. Now we start our way up the hill, off the bridge. You see there's a hot dog van there. If I was in this race, I'd probably want to pay a visit to that hot dog van. Pull over, have a nice view of the sea, eat a hot dog, while these guys blast around. So Big Kev trying to get... Oh, there he is on the inside. He gets the move done then. But can he complete it as we now head into the hairpin? You've got Gary on the inside. That was a nice little cheeky overtake there, but couldn't get it done. Obviously Gary had the inside there. Very hard to get a pass around the outside on that corner, so he's going to have to rethink it. The time is running out for him. Only a couple more laps to go. So we're going to go through back to this little battle here as well. Shortsky's just fallen off the back of Busby Boy, but he's still right there. There's Scott in the 9th position. Tough old race from him. Obviously had a 2:09 and 2:10 recently, and yeah, that's not going to help him with the closing the gap up. Now he's off the pace, off the back. Unfortunate for him. But back up to the front. Scotty Boy still leading the way in 1st position. 2nd is Dimpy there. There's James still defending from Fast JMS in 4th. There's Kev. Oh, we've got more action for Kev and Garrett. Let's have a look what happened here. So Kev did get the overtake done on Garrett. Then he goes wide. Did we have contact then? So let's have a look. Go back to the start finish straight then. So they're side by side coming down the main straight then. Now come through the tunnel corner. Is there a squeeze? No, there isn't. It does look like he thought he might have forced him off track, and obviously, yeah, he's got the penalty there. So Big Kev being the great sportsmanship that he is, sportsman. He pulls over, waits for him. There's Gary going to serve his penalty there. I'm guessing Kev, yep, was going to go for the overtake. I mean, he did wait for him, so he didn't have to do that, but great sportsmanship there. So Big Kev now gets the overtake done, and he's up to 5th. And there's Shortsky, gets the overtake done on Busby as well. Let's see how he did this. So he's in the slip, right behind him as we go over the bridge. He's going to go for a dive on the inside. Busby Boy goes a little bit wide there. So overtake for Shortsky then. Change of position there for 7th. So battles then flipping. Let's see, James and Fast JMS still the same as it was. 3rd and 4th for these guys. So Gary now down into 6th. There's Shortsky in 7th. Busby now down to 8th. And there's Scott in 9th. Back up to the front. Scotty still leading the way in 1st. Got a really good gap to 2nd position. Dimpy. There's James in 3rd now, starting to pull away from Fast JMS. Is the battle over? Can JMS stay with him as we go down the main straight for the 14th time? Start the 15th lap. Just over 2 minutes left. So stuff starting to hot up then for the last couple of minutes. Positions galore. You can see this big Gallagher of cars now, 4 cars all on the main straight. Kev now starting to break away from him. There's Gary in 6th. Now he's going to come under fire from Shortsky in 7th on those medium tyres. Starting to now come into play in a big way against those worn soft tyres. Last lap was a 59.2. It's not a bad time for him. 2:01 from Busby. Busby's starting to lose a slip now. There's Scott still in 9th position. Shame we haven't seen Scott really do well on this track this time. He is a good racer when he's on it. The Australian. Hopefully next race and the final round is he has a good battle with the guys up front. But for now, it's just Scotty Boy on his own in 1st position. There's Dimpy in 2nd. James there, still in 3rd, holding off Fast JMS. We are going to be on the last lap now. Some of these guys will be on the last lap now. They won't get another lap. So Scotty Boy is going to go for another lap then. We've got Dimpy in 2nd. He's going to get another one. James and Fast JMS should get another one as well. It's all going to be about this gaggle of cars here. Big Kev is probably going to be able to finish in 5th as he heads up to the final corner. There's Gary in 6th, Shortsky 7th, and then Busby 8th. So let's see where they finish in relation to where they are now. Number 14, the Jet. Big Kev coming down the hill now. He's going to finish in 5th position. So a good result from him. 6th, Gary. Good result from him too. Shortsky there in 7th. Does he lose time to Busby? No, he doesn't. So Busby finishes in 8th. Scott's going to come across to finish in 9th. But we've got to keep an eye on this. Scotty Boy in 1st. There's Dimpy. He's got half a 2nd. Shouldn't impact him too much. James. This is the only battle on track then. Can James hold off Fast JMS for the last podium spot? Come through this tight little section here then. Pretty decent result so far, but I don't want to curse him as he's on the last lap. Couple more corners to go yet. It's not over yet. Now heads into the hairpin. You see JMS closes that gap up to him as we go through the hairpin. So one more corner to go for him. We're going to cut to the lead of those. Scotty Boy flashes the lights. He's going to come across and win the race. 1st position for him. 2nd is Dimpy. Got off a 2nd penalty. but he's going to finish in second. Great race from him. And James and Flash JMS should finish in third and fourth as they are. There they are. So great race for them too. James and James fourth and third. So good racing from everyone then on that race. Second race coming up shortly with the race from Tokyo. That's going to be a interesting race. Obviously, walls either side of the track. It's going to be interesting to see who can keep it out of the wall and who can get some good moves. Obviously, slipstream is going to be a key factor as well. But until next time, I'm the Crazy Brit. See you there.